Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to do some video review. I think there was a lot of good learning points, and it's kind of unique because I was gone for a week out of town and then coming back and playing. There was definitely some things that I could have done better and some things that I thought I did well. So first thing is I know a squad had landed here, and so before just charging out into the open where there's a whole lot less cover, I knew somebody was close because I could hear them and I suspected they'd be coming through this door. Sure enough, I see them climbing up on the outside, and so I just wait to do a little ambush. Works out great, except I grabbed the wrong gun. I thought I had the Hemlock and I had the Rampage. Absolutely hate the Rampage. And so after missing all those shots, I'm like, you know what? I need to reload my 301 and just use that, and it works out nicely. So that was good. A little beginning there. Built up some confidence. So before rushing back into the fight, I made sure I was healed up, and I'm good with that because, it doesn't do any good if I get hit and then knocked right away. So get some good damage on them, put them on the retreat because they were advancing on my teammate there, and that was terrible movement right there down the stairs. I could have gotten 2 shield cells off, would have had enough to feel good about pushing back into the fight, but instead that slowed me down even more because now I'm looking for a shield swap while my teammate is fighting. He's chasing them down, and I'm up here looting inside of boxes. So less than ideal, but I think good intention. Here, just teamwork, getting the kill. Yeah, it sucks. I don't like taking kills like that, but I'd rather get the kill for our team than not. So I think we're all between us three that play together a lot. We're all in agreement there. So I'll take it. Decent enough start. On to the next fight here. So here we are really spread out. It just kind of happens as you're going through places. Sometimes you get pulled apart a little bit. But the part I wanted to talk about is right here. So we're spread out. We got to get closer. And then I just use no cover when I'm advancing on these guys. I don't have any information on them except for they were shooting schwa. And I'm just charging right on in. I'm not using the pillars as cover. I didn't use that car as cover. I'm just, gung-hoing it, full send. And I didn't need to do that. So that could have been an improvement. Still worked out. We, finished off this squad as well, but that could have been an improvement for sure. Looked at the down guys instead of looking around. I could have seen that Horizon out alt just or tactical just a little bit earlier, but didn't. Luckily, good game sense, good map knowledge here. I know that if she goes down there, she's going to have to come up here, using the ring to my advantage and trying to work an angle. So you can see the getting 2 gettins in this fight really helps out because their Horizon is locked onto Schwa, which gives me an opportunity to come in and just throw some lead their way and finish out that squad as well. So like I said, guys, I had taken a little bit of time off out of town, and my aim shows here with this flatline shots. So we knew that that team was up to the right before we even went up there, but we needed some kind of cover and a little bit of high ground to be able to fight them. I was looking around for their team, didn't really see them, and I'm like, all right, well, we got to take advantage of this. So just started throwing lead. You can see I wasn't leading my shots near enough, and that was a problem. 301 wasn't a problem. 301 was my buddy all night. Like this, just good hits, no complaints on that. But then right here, right? So I switched one of my bindings before I left, and it's just not muscle memory, obviously, because it happened 2 or 3 times in this game. It happened a bunch in some of my other games where I went to zoom in, and instead of zooming in, I put away my gun. So just a little note on your key bindings. If you switch, just make sure that you really got that muscle memory down, and you're not, you know, losing opportunities in fights. I'm glad that these guys weren't quite so aggressive, because that could have been a problem. But they stayed off a little bit and gave me lots of chance to hit them. They stayed still when they were shooting, so that was real nice. But this was dumb right here coming up. So that part's good. Throwing the grenade, throwing the tactical out. But the way I get up on this, right, is on the side of it where they could have seen me. Easy shots on me if they had been watching. So that was a bad idea there. But you can see we kept them on the defense. They were constantly having to heal, and they don't really have an opportunity to regroup themselves. This was just a little bit of luck here where I just dodged underneath their bullets, but it worked out. Then this was done. So Josh stuck him, which was great, and then I followed him down, which I think we could have waited. 2 guys were up top, so it's a 2v2 up there instead of a 3v2, and then we could have made it a 3v1 dropping down below. Obviously, it still worked, but that would be something I would change in the future and not worry about, dropping and thirsting that kill right away. Guys, I could actually use your help on this. Like, if you got a comment about how you would have approached the situation, I'd appreciate it because it's just a cluster, right? You got people up top to your right, you got people in the building to the left, and you got these containers. That's basically what you got to work with. Oh, and the ring's going to come in on you. So I have no idea how Freddie and Schwa were able to, push themselves up onto that upper platform in a moment here, but they did, and I was for sure that they were just going to get downed right away when they hit that top part. But whatever, it worked out to our benefit. Gave us a chance to kind of look around and assess what we were going to do a little bit. Um, so I'll take it, but I'd be curious. Well, what would you guys have done? Would you have pushed the building, or would you have tried to go up that zip? Looking back on this, instead of running all the way down here, asphalting up on the roof or something would have been a great option. Or waiting for that ashole and then making the move because we had time. We didn't have to push it right away. But running up on the care package was just stupid. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Luckily, they retreated and shut the door behind them, which was great because that gives me a chance to try and pin them in there and see if I can, work this a little bit. Oh, but look, there's another squad that's not going to let that happen. So this turns into a soup sandwich pretty quick here, and I realize, this is not the place for me. So trying to make it so I can cross that open area without getting downed and then help out my teammates is my next priority, and I think that's the right call there. So here I'm just trying to follow my own advice and heal up before I go dodging into here, but I know we can't just sit out here. It's a terrible position. We'll just get picked at over and over. So I threw my tactical to kind of gauge if anybody was sitting right on the windows and got lucky, just hit the timing right. So we got a foothold up here, and so our whole team could get up. So that just worked out great. Decided to take the wide angle, trying to take advantage of the cover off to the right. You go here because they were anticipating that move, and it worked out. I kind of had some distraction with my teammate there with Schwab, so I took advantage of that, and we won against that squad as well. So that worked, but he's down, so I guess we could have done better. Here, trying to be a little patient. I know that they really don't have anywhere to go. I would rather have three people up at this time because I know we're starting to get pretty condensed, and I know they're probably not going to come up on my right. They could come up behind us, but you just got to make that call. It works out, so Freddy takes out that guy, and then this. I mean, I needed to restock. I needed stuff, so I think I took too long in the box. Though should have just grabbed a few things and then come back out because then we ended up in the same position that squad was, where we're not in an ideal position. I think the big thing here was we all looted the boxes because we were all low on stuff, and I think somebody should have taken that spot those guys are at right now. That way we could have at least, slowed them down on taking that position because, we've got our backs to the ring. They've got height advantage and cover advantage, so that worked out for them quite nicely. Got lucky here that we got a res off, and I got my Phoenix kit off as well. So it there really was a chance to win this one, and everything was looking good. And then, of course, once you have a stroke of good luck, you have to go and do something dumb, right? And so I go ahead and take care of that for us. I'm like, okay, cool. I just got all rezzed, and we've got the team right there. Instead of recovering or retreating back to the side, I do this maneuver, which that was easy shots. I should have died right there. And then I don't see Watson running up on me, and that just kind of seals our fate as a second place team instead of winner winner chicken dinner kind of thing. Overall, this was a good game. I have no complaints about the way it ended up. Damage kills, all that. Of course, I'd love to see the win, but that's what this channel is about, is looking at what went wrong and what can we improve just a little bit better. So I'm going to watch this video again and take away some of these tips. I hope you learned something too, and we'll see you in the next one.